All right, guys, answering your questions again. These are all from YouTube, and we have so many, so I'll do my best. If you have questions for the Q&A, leave them in the comments down below. Let's get started. James Cave. Hi, I would like to know when mixing vocal, bass, or any mono track, do you usually put them on a mono bus to make them sit in the middle, forward in the face? Is there such a thing as mono bus? Hopefully you understand my question, thank you. PS is because I heard the term mono bus very often. Any mono element, it's gonna be mono no matter where do you put it. If you have a mono vocal or a mono bass, that's gonna be a mono channel. If you route that mono channel to a stereo bus, an aux or whatever, a group that is stereo, that track is still gonna be mono. There's nothing you can do about it. It's still gonna be mono, right? Let's put it this way. If you had an absurd, right, a mix that has only mono elements, you do experimental music and you have kick, snare, bass, vocals, all mono, and that's it, that's all you have. All of them are mono. And you print your mix stereo, that's gonna be mono. There's no information on the sides. So it doesn't matter in your DAW whether you route these mono tracks to a stereo track or an aux, I should say, or a stereo group or not. If they are mono, they will always be mono unless you do something to them to stereoize them, which could be, you know, a stereo effects or a pseudo stereo effects. And yes, there's such a thing as mono bus simply because there are mono tracks. So there's always gonna be the mono channel. Even in your stereo mix, there's the mono channel and the sides. Mave, how to get constant loudness on an album would be my question. Well, that would be the mastering engineer job, assuming the fact that the producer and the artists made an album that has the potential to have constant loudness. Because of course, if you have, let's say, a metal album with two very slow minimal ballads, most likely those two songs are gonna sound like lower in level. So given the same arrangement and the same overall instruments and elements in a mix, it's a combination of things. Of course, that's the first thing. The arrangements needs to be cohesive, right? The instruments needs to be cohesive, not exactly the same, but at least the same ballpark. And the mixes needs to be cohesive and coherent, and then the mastering at the end. So all the processes, from the songwriting to the production to the recording to the mixing and the mastering, that's how you do it. Do not expect to have songs that are wildly different one another. For example, one has a gigantic 808 low end and the other one is like a rock mix with guitars and smaller low end or something like that. And then an EDM track in your album. And then you give everything to the mastering engineer and you tell the mastering engineer, good luck, because that ain't gonna happen. So if your project is an album, you need to start thinking about how cohesive the entire project is gonna be when you write, record, arrange, produce, mix the songs. And then the mastering engineer will be able to tweak and make sure that you have the same balance, not only loudness, because sometimes you have songs that measure the same, but one has more mid-range content and it seems louder when you listen to the album, you know, one song next to the other. So that's how you do it. It's not really that easy, or it's not just, you know, dropping stuff on the mastering engineer desk and tell him like, there you go, you just make it happen now, because that's never gonna be the case unless you drop all the loud songs to the one that is lower, and that's what it's gonna be what you get. If you guys have questions for the Q&A, leave them in the comments down below. Consider using the super thanks and support the channel. Click the join button and access the exclusive members only mix and mastering courses. Many more are coming in the next weeks. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment down below. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands get my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so gone, my type. Don't you know I fall for the bad type? You play the role of an angel pretty well.